Hello guys, in this tutorial you will learn how to shade and create super realistic skin material in Arnold, and I will show you my render setting and everything you need to know about rendering and shading a super realistic skin in Maya. So this is something different. This skin have a coat effect, have a sheen effect and stuff like that. And this is Chris render setting and shading setup for Arnold. So this is a very good information, and I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial and keep watching. Alright, let's go and bring Emily file, go to import Emily obj, and guys, make sure your groups is turned off and just import this obj file. There we have it. So we hide eyes and everything else, and we just going for the shading of this skin. And I will tell you every little details about skin shading in Arnold, and I will tell you everything you guys need to know about a realistic skin in Arnold. So let's go to hypershade. We have a hypershade here, and we just select our model, just right click on it and assign a new material. Go to Arnold and AI standard surface, and here we have our shader. We call this skin, and now we need to bring a light to see everything better. Let's go and create a camera first. And we need a focal length of 100. This is very nice for a character. There we have it. And now we need to go to our shader, skin, and you can go to hypershade and do everything with nodes, and you can also just click here and bring the maps and everything. So I will show you the both method and you will see what I'm doing here. So for the color, we just need to click here, this icon, and just go to the file and bring our color, Emily, and this is our diffuse. And let's see what we have here. Have a color for the face. Open this, and yeah, let's go here and turn on texture, and here we can see everything in the viewport. So now we need to bring other stuff, but we go in hypershade this time and just go to a skin. We can press tab and type file to bring it file texture, and just connect this out color to subsurface color. Okay, and we can import that diffuse color again, just like that. And should be RGB, it's RGB, Let me check if I import the right one. Yeah. And this one should be RGB too. Oh. So the normal maps should be RGB, but for this one, we just go for the raw. Because this file made with a raw format, so we can't change it. And now we need to change a specular and other stuff. So here we have a weight. We have a map for the weight. Also, you always paint the specular map in texturing for your characters, so it's going to be more realistic. And just open this one and just change it to raw. Go to your color balance, and alpha is luminance. Just turn this on and you will be fine. And the roughness should be around 500, and this one 550, and go down to subsurface, bring this weight to 1, and we can change the radius to a red color, or you can bring your color map for this one, just diffuse, and just import this one. And you should change the scale to 0.120. okay, this is the right scale for this model. And the scale here is about your size, size of your model. So if your size is a right size and it's a real size, this number is fine. So this is the original number for the skin. And here you have a type. You can select a random walk version 2, and you need to change this one to 150. okay, and you have a code here. This is a very important one. If you don't have this one, your skin is not going to be a very realistic skin. So you need to change the weight to 1, change the roughness to 400, and change this one to 550. That's all you need to do. And you will have a little bit sheen effect on the skin. Not a lot of people know about this, but the Arnold site recommend this, but not too much. You should put a number like 30 and you will be fine. And yeah guys, that's all you need to do for the color and a skin material. So this is a skin material, and you will have this. If you will have a very realistic skin if you change the numbers like me. Okay, so let's go to displacement. I will teach you something new here. So when you want to import a displacement, this character have 2 layers of displacement. Okay, you will have let me show you displacement. You will have a big displacement and you will have a micro displacement. Let me show you here in the Photoshop. This is a big details on the face, the holes and everything, and this one is a micro displacement. So how we should mix 2 displacement together, I will show you right now. Let's let's see the micro displacement first. And as you can see, we have a lot of micro detail here. So for mixing these two displacements, we should bring another file. We need a node called a plus node, and we need a multiply to control the intensity of our displacement. Okay, so let's bring our displacement, and we need a luminance node to connect this one to the displacement node. So for doing that, we need a luminance node. Okay, so you will understand when I start everything. So let's bring in first displacement. Go to desktop, Emily, displacement, and here we have a first layer, and let's connect this to input 3D. So here you guys need to add two items. So we want to mix two nodes together. So let's call this mix displacement. So it's a 3D detail, and we should select the input 3D and add two items to this one. Okay, so you add a new item and you connect a first item or your first displacement to this input 3D socket, and you just connect this one to this one and this one to this one. So you will have two displacement mixed together, and this is the output, and you connect this to the value and connect this out value to displacement. So if you don't have this luminance node, you can't connect these two together. Okay, so you always need this node for connecting the displacement maps and other stuff. So if you have a one displacement here and you have a multiply node, you need a luminance node to connect the output to displacement. So if you don't have a luminance, you can't connect this multiply to displacement. So this is a very important node for displacement setting. Okay, so let's connect this one to this one and out value to displacement. So yes, this is all you need to do, and let's import other displacement, micro displacement, open, and both displacements should be in the raw color space. Okay guys, so you need to select a raw, and one thing you need to do is turn on a luminance. So it's loading this displacement. It's a big file. This micro displacement is a big file, so we wait. Okay, now we have it, and here you should turn on alpha is luminance, and this one. So we have a very big micro. We need to change this number to 0.040. Just copy this, Ctrl C, press tab, you will go to the next window, and Ctrl V, tab, Ctrl V. Okay, so you will have this, and your displacement maps and your specular and everything is set up. And let's go to our shading again, see everything is fine. We have a specular mask here for the weight, we have a color, we have a roughness, IOR, we have a color for the base, we have a color for subsurface, and everything seems fine. Let's go to code. Oh, here we need to connect a specular mask to this one. So go to our color, specular. This is our specular mask. Let's see what we have here, and we just open this, change it to raw, go to color balance, and alpha is luminance. Okay, now let's go to our render setting. And so our render setting, we need to change the camera to camera 1, or you can change the name. You should select 3K or 4K for the final render, but I just select 1K to test this render and see what we have. And this is all you need to do for the first window. And if you go to Arnold camera A, for the final, sometimes you need to put like a 14, or sometimes if you have a very micro displacement and you have a lot of detail, you need to change this to like 18 or something like that. It's a crease render setting that I'm telling you guys, so it's a very important information that you are learning right now. So for the test, I just put 4, doesn't matter, it's just for the test. But for final, you should put a 10, sometimes 14, sometimes 18. And here, just put a 3, 3, 3, and 3 for other. And you can change this one to 3 too. So if you go down, you don't need to clamp anything. You should change a filter to 1.500. This is a Gaussian filter, Gaussian blur, and you don't need any blur. And if you go to advanced, you should turn this use auto bump in SSS. And if you go to ray depth, this is the lighting setting, and you should change this to diffuse to maybe 10 for the final, but for now I just put this to 5 and 5, and everything is fine. You don't need to change anything else. Go to system, change the bucket size to 16, and everything is fine. Alright, you guys also can change this one to -1, and you can save a CPU with this number. Save one of your CPU's threads for watching movies or do other stuff in your PC. But let's turn this on, and we don't need to change anything. Alright guys, now you're fine and everything is alright. So everything is set. Let's render this and see the result. Oh, before we go to render, we need to set up a light, and we just need to create a light. Go to Arnold, light, area light, and we just scale this with R. Press R on your keyboard and scale this light. Move this up. Move this down, and this is a good lighting for the skin. Alright guys, let's go to render, Arnold. Let's see what we have. For the first render, it's a very dark render, and we need to change exposure and intensity. Put this to maybe 12. as you guys can see here. Let's go to the render view tab and run IPR, and let's see what we have here. Progressive refinement, and let's see what we have here. Everything seems fine. We don't have a lot of detail because we need to change the setting to final render, but for now I'm just changing the light to see everything is fine. Alright, we can put 13, and yeah, that's a very good lighting for this side. Let's bring another light, area light, move this here, the back. Let's scale this up, rotate. We can change the color to something like this, blue color, and move this. Alright, and we can change the color here to something reddish, yellow or orange, and let's see what we have here. Sample to 2, put this one to 2 also, and let's see. Oh, we need to change the intensity for this one. We put 13 here and change this to 10, and we will be fine. Let's see what we have. So everything seems fine, guys. Everything is in the right place, and let me show you my final render setting, and I will show you the final result. And let's go to 10. I will test the 10 for the first time. If this wasn't enough, I will change that. You can put this one to 10 also, 10. And you guys go to image size, select 4K, what I just render in 2K. And one note, before you do anything, go and select your model, go to the head shape, and just go to Arnold tab, and here go to subdivision, type to catalog, change this to 4. Okay, and go to your auto bump and change and enable auto bump, and Everything is fine now. Now you are ready to go for the final render. Let's see. Go to Arnold. Open this. Turn off progressive refinement and just click on render. I will show you the end result when it's done. Alright guys, so here is our render, and as you can see we have a super realistic skin. You guys can change micro displacement multiply, so you get a little bit less micro, but this seems super realistic. And yeah guys, so that's how you can create super realistic. I showed you everything. Let me show you my render setting again. So the most important thing here, you need to change a camera AA to 10 or 8 or 14 or 18. So for most projects 10 is fine, and you will have a super duper realistic skin like this. But for your personal work, 8 I think is fine, and you need to change this to 10 for the final. And yeah, this is final render for me, and I put diffuse to 10 for ray depth and a specular to 10, camera A to 8. Here this one is important too, and I had the 4K for my image, so my image was a 4K. So yeah guys, for our shader, always use a coat effect. Coat will make your skin super realistic. And this IOR, this is very important guys, so keep this in your mind, that this number is very important. Okay, so always use this number for your renders, and add a little bit sheen effect on your skin, so you will get everything in place and you get a super realistic skin.